Bubbly, Bubbly.
Yes.
We are in Kenya. This is August, what day? 15th, 2023, and I'm here with Everett, my cousin, Onismus, the best programmer in Mombasa Island, and my partner and friend,
Daddy, this is
Bubbly,
too big.
and little Garrett, who's looking like a African American over there. All right, hey Bubbly. So I just want to ask you, I thought we could get this down and record it, and I wanted to hear your whole story. So let's go back to 2011, 2010, 2011. Tell me, maybe like in 3 to 5 minutes, how your life was back then before we met.
Thank you, Garrett. I think
Just have a conversation. Don't be
my story is big and it's long, but let me just cut it. Let me put it short. Since we started our friendship, I never knew we can be friends until today, and I was really in desperate life. Many things happened in my life, so I came to understand that that's my life as an African, and I was not rich, not more educated. But I remember last time when you came to Waimu, you to the mission camp in Likoni, that's where we started our friendship. And it was started during the night when we went to prayer and came back.
Quickly, by the way, you can just, it's just conversation, so you can say anything you want, but I want you to tell me, what do you mean by desperate? The kind of...
It's true.
What does that mean?
Desperate means I was having no hope for life, had no good job, no money. I remember last time I was sleeping, working during the day, and then I was sleeping under the tree. And
Hold on, you're working at night?
I was working as a security guard or a watchman.
You worked a night shift?
Yes. Then during the day I sleep under the tree.
Like still like the Bible. Why you sleep under a tree? Is that YWAM or just randomly?
No, I was sleep. There was a big tree in it at Wyom.
Okay,
so
you
used to sleep.
Yeah, I know that tree.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where we talk.
Yeah, of course.
Sometimes we talk there.
So, with the time, when I got my salary, it was around 5,000. I just rented a house for 2,000. Then that's how life was.
So you can spend what? Hold on.
It was hard
because
because
3,000 for 30 days. What's that equal to?
It's about
100 a day. You get 100 a day to spend money.
Yeah, but now what I did,
It's like 80 cents.
after paying my bills, especially the rent,
Yeah.
I was taking my food once per day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, or I minimize my budget, I spend like 100 for lunch and for dinner. I was not taking my breakfast every day. And I was making sure that I bid at my job. So it happens when Garrett came. It was almost midnight.
That's true.
Yes.
What was your first thought when you saw this person?
To me, it was just normal because I've been working there, and so many white guys from UK, from America.
They come and go.
They are coming there, but they were not friendly. They only promise. Some they are not. They are scared of Africans. So I take it like just my routine. Have to welcome the guests there. I have to make sure I offer my security to them. So it happens at night when I was reading my Bible, and I had a small notebook writing. Then something happened that Garrett was like very close to me, asking some questions. Then later we went to prayer. No, he wanted me to escort him to prayer to pray at the beach. Mm-hmm. So when we went, it was I think midnight. We come back, and that's where the guy told me.
Whoa!
Garrett told me that
Hey, go ahead. Just make sure it's working.
that's the time Gary told me that now I feel like I've got the person that we can be friends.
Say it again.
Gary told me that I think I got a friend in Kenya that we can be friends now from that day. So I take it like...
You're talking about the first night or just later?
The same night.
I did?
Yes, after prayers. So I can say our friendship was divine, but to me that day I thought just you know, like normal people talking, you know. So Gary never promised me anything. The only thing that he said, maybe when he's coming back to Kenya, he can have time with me and we can hold a workshop, Christian workshop, and he did it. So that was my best friend, and I would confirm the friendship when Garrett was coming back, because some of the friends, they keep on promising, you know, but they don't even uh, keep their promises. So Garrett came, they come the following year. I think it was
2012. But real quick, so when we talked, are you saying that that was unusual for you? Like you never talked with the other guests?
yes, those other guests, they're only great, and maybe they, they don't even promise anything. The only thing is like, you know, how are you and what are you doing? Maybe they wanted to, you know, we go somewhere with them.
Do you
they
know why I
come back.
talked to you, Bubbly? Tell me. Do you have any idea?
Did you think he was just another person that?
I thought so. I thought so because it's like each and every night Gary was speaking to me, asking me some question. I told him I'm a minister, and I do minister to my church, where it was a Baptist church, and he was asking me what else am I doing, and I told him about the GAP ministry. During that time, GAP was not even registered. So I had some friends that we do go to the hospital and pray for the people there, the prison too, and you know, meeting the street kids, the homeless, yeah, sharing the gospel with them. Only that.
So one thing is, I don't know if you realize, Bubbly, but it was really boring at YWAM.
Yes,
Everyone was
something happened.
antisocial.
Something happened at Waiwam.
Yeah.
It's a place where most of the African friends, they are there waiting for the white guy to come and maybe
Youthful for mission, by the way.
expecting some gift from them.
Mm-hmm.
I also remember that some of the people there, they are already married to the whites ladies. Yeah, so they keep on waiting. Maybe to them is a miracle, like getting a guy getting married to a white guy. And maybe having some gifts like a laptops and good Bibles.
You mean
maybe.
Onismus?
Yeah.
Like Onismus. You got a laptop.
So they keep on expecting something like that. And remember when Garrett came, there was a lot of mosquitoes. He was given a mosquito net. He's torn up.
No.
What happened?
I wasn't given a mosquito net, Bubbly.
You didn't get anything.
It was given. No, the first day was not given.
No given. It was
The
tough.
second day,
Yes, I don't care after the second day. The first day was rough.
yeah.
Like
So even the room that he was sleeping was not even good.
I felt like you, like a Kenyan.
Sure.
Outside, man.
Yeah. So there were friends
Terrible.
there, and I also remember maybe the kind of food they were getting from that youth with a mission was not even good.
Oh, God, it's not
So
good.
Gary was very close to me.
That's because
We
no one
went to
talked
get-
to no one talked to me. What's wrong with these people?
You
You notice that?
Surely I was just a security guard and I never mingle with them, maybe in their prayers or their meetings. In fact, they don't allow anybody who is not a member.
Do they look like they're having fun over there? Like no one looked like they were having fun. Like I'm trying to, have some friendship, and everyone was very boring. So because of that, I talked to you because there was no one else to spend time with.
Sure.
Do you know? Does that make sense?
I was there at night only. So during the day, I don't know whatever was happening. But I also remember that when I come back to my work, you always come to me, we share, we talk to each other. I remember speaking the broken English during that time. I never knew if Garrett was really understanding my English.
I'm
But,
good.
it was taking it easy, and I was like,
Okay.
we were.
Your English is better than Nismus.
Why?
I'm kidding, but no, it was fine. It's okay. You know why? Because he was my translator when we went to the church.
Yeah.
So you were able to translate what I'm saying because you could understand.
Sure.
So he had me give a sermon.
Yeah. So I remember also that the following Sunday we went with Garrett. In fact, Garrett came to my church. He was just having direction. I just told him about the church name and he came.
It's across from Sophie's Bakery
Yes.
on Jomo Kenyatta Road.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So he was there in the morning and he was given a chance to share the word of God. He did it. I was a translator.
Mm-hmm.
Then the day was over. So Gary went back to America. I remember also I think I just got to Nairobi.
Yes, yes.
The first time sleeping to a hotel,
Jumbo,
it
Jumbo.
was 6,000.
Yes, I know you do very
Yeah,
good.
it was painful on my side because
No, you didn't
know,
pay for it.
I didn't pay, but it was like paying 6,000. That's like
That's what your month's salary.
Yes. So I was like, what?
What?
Anyway, it
Now,
happened
real
that
quick,
day.
Bubbly. Let me take a break. Why do you think I decided to partner with you? What's your
I
thoughts?
think my issue was about, first of all, I take it as a divine friendship.
Yeah.
Number two, I was committed to my ministry, especially was focused especially to God ministry. As it was, I was making friends with other guys from different churches coming together, and I was leading them. I was the founder, and some friends from America or UK or somewhere else or from Europe. They're also looking for guys who are committed to the ministry. At least they wanted to be busy because it's so hard maybe in America doing the ministry. So it's easier here in Kenya or in the African countries. So there are guys who are just there waiting for the white guy to come and maybe giving them some money.
It's called Christian tourism. It's big money in Kenya. You understand this? They call it Christian tourism.
Yeah.
Christian-
Sure.
It's like safari, but for the Christians. Look
Yeah,
what I'm
sure.
doing.
Take some
Let me do this with you. Let me get some support. Let me get some pictures, and then the Christians feel good and they go home.
And they never come back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Some don't.
But one of the things I want to say is when I looked at the other Christian people, I always felt they were not honest. Because the guy, do you remember the guy? The guy from Mozambique, he was fat,
Yeah.
and his
yeah.
he was fat.
Sure.
Ever.
What-
But Bubbly's honest though. Bubbly's honest. But that guy, he ordered a fish, and then he ordered. First of all, it was 1,200 shillings. I still remember.
Yes.
Is that a lot for 2011?
Yes, I think remember the guy went to
It's
the
Swahili restaurant.
restaurant,
They're Coast Safari Coast.
Safari Coast. Yeah.
Yes. And then he also ordered food to go home.
Yes.
So I was
I
like,
requested for food so that I can cut and take it home.
why can't you just get rice pulao? Why do you gotta get fish? Anyway, so I talked to other people. I didn't feel comfortable with them, Bubbly. Do you remember that?
Yeah, you told me. I remember you told me. Yeah. So
So I felt more comfortable with you because you seemed like you were more genuine is probably the best word, and you were not afraid to do ministry when other people seem like they're always slow in waiting. You just do it, and that's the kind of person I am. I don't like to wait to do things that I feel like I can do right now.
yes.
So remember we went to do the homeless ministry. Do you remember this?
Yes, I remember.
And I paid how much? Do you remember I paid how much
Ah.
for the food?
We prepared food for them, I think.
Do you remember?
Yes, but I don't remember.
I paid
how much.
5,000 to
Okay.
feed like 20 or 30 people.
Yeah.
You remember
You
this?
still have those pictures there?
I don't think I have. But remember afterwards
I
they
hid
fought
them,
for
I
the
think.
food. You remember?
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Like when you bought food,
they just like the empty pot. They just like dogs, fighting over like the end. And I remember you were nervous. I was like, that's impressive. Like you were comfortable. Is that true, or are you just pretending?
No, it's true, guys.
Were you
It's true.
comfortable, or were you pretending to be?
No, I was very comfortable because I'm used to have them, closer. They knew me, and something happened that I thought maybe having some, maybe if you have a bag, they think have some good in that bag, they can even steal. So I was just a little bit worried.
By the way, that's
Very
why
close to them.
that's why I don't advise women to do missionary work by themselves. I think if I was a woman, it would be too dangerous.
Sure.
But because you look at me, people get scared. They
Yeah,
think I'm stronger.
yeah.
I feel it's fine for me, right?
Sure.
Plus, I also thought about if things go south, I was like, I'm ready to take off, forget about Billy. I was like already thinking, I can run over that fence, and then there's glass on it. You know that, right? They put the glass on there, so I already know what to do. When you run there, you take off your shirt, wrap it around your hand, so you jump, and then use the shirt to grab the glass, so then your hand doesn't cut. So I was already thinking about this to escape in case the kids try to attack me.
Sure.
Yeah. But a girl can't do that. I can.
Yeah. So
It was in a remote area. That's why I felt a little bit nervous, like away, like an alley.
yeah,
And there's all these like 50 drug addict
there are
kids.
so many.
Yeah.
Are these kids or adults?
Mostly
Or
youth.
teenagers?
Mostly youth, teenagers. Yeah.
Yeah, teenagers. Yeah, there are so
Drug.
many.
And what do? They sniff the glue.
Yeah, sure.
See.
Everyone.
They all like this. They're all kind of like dazed.
Mm.
So that's why I thought you were interested. That's why I felt that maybe you're different compared to other people.
Yeah, we used to go there. They used to know me that I'm just sharing the word of God, praying for them, and that's all.
But the drug ministry is too hard.
I remember when I was still working at YWAM, I used to pay school fees for one of the street kid, homeless. You know, I found one of a mom there having 2 kids. So one kid, she was having some difficulties of paying the school fees, and there was a nearby school. We call it nursery school. I don't know in America.
It's fine. It's like 4 or 5.
No, the lower one.
3.
P1 is it something like P1?
What age? Whatever.
They were around 5.
5 years old. Okay.
5.
What do you think? You got
Between
any
4 and 5.
thoughts before I ask you the next your question?
What made you go into that kind of ministry?
You know, the ministry I started when I was still young at the home village. I used to call the meetings and we discuss about how we can reach out. And I remember I started at home village. We went to a nearby hospital. And what happened is like I built up a team. Going every Sunday after church, we go there in the hospital and pray for the sick people. And some Sundays we have something like a preaching the gospel in the market center, sharing the gospel.
He's
and,
bold.
It was very lucky, we just clap our hands, sing, and I open the Bible, read some scriptures, I preach. That's how we do. And there's also what we call door to door. Door to door is like going to the homes of the people, you knock,
It's like a Mormon.
Yes. Yeah, of course.
Jehovah's Witnesses, yeah.
Yeah, so that's how I grew up. So when I came to Mombasa, I found there are some difficulties, but now sometimes I found I'm alone. We do it. I do it alone. Yeah.
You don't need to wait for someone to do what you can do on your own.
But I was trying to share with the Christians who are ready to go with me. So when it comes time whereby they're asking me, will you pay for us bus ticket? No. How do you call it? The fare?
Motatu fare.
Yes, Matatu fare. Yeah. So sometimes I don't have money. Sometimes I sacrifice whatever I have. I pay for them. Then we go. Then after finishing, come back. Some people even ask for lunch. So I thought maybe if there is a need for that, I have to do it. If I don't have anything,
this is on your 6,000 shilling salary.
Yeah, of course. I had no other business.
You worked in cell phone business before, but that's different.
Yeah,
long time ago.
Yeah, before that I had some, doing some other business. But now because I was really desperate, life was totally down. I had no hope, nowhere to work unless you still. So
you were working like a Maasai, doing security.
Yeah,
right?
If you find somebody, but right now you can even find that the educated people are also doing the same job, because there's no way you can get money unless you just decide to be a watchman.
It's like you're doing a hustle.
Hustle, yeah, you
Tough
can.
work.
But now, if things are so difficult, what do we do now?
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's tell me about the most important quote that you remember that I said to you that you forever valued.
Surely, maintaining this friendship, Garrett, for me is very, very important.
Yeah.
Friendship doesn't mean that if somebody doesn't give you money or anything else, you don't become friends. Friends, like the way we talk to each other, give me hope, encouragement, and give me some stories that are, they motivate my mind and my heart. So I think that kind of friendship are really,
Remember the
to
quote
me,
I
is
told
very,
you?
very important.
It has to do with fishing.
Yes. And it came a time also, Garrett, thank you for reminding me that. There's something you told me that I'll rather teach how to fish than give him the fish.
Give a man a fish, feed him for a day.
Mm-hmm.
Teach a man to fish, feed him for a lifetime.
For yes.
And that's,
In fact,
tell me what that means to you.
That's mean that you wanted to teach me how to fish, how to do the business, how to to do it for myself, instead of expecting somebody to give me something like that can help in my life. So when I learn how to fish, that means I do my own business or I do the business, or I find the ways of making money, then it can help me a lot in all over my life. So to me, it was very important, and he started. Let me say this: that what happened? God came back, and we did some little research over the library.
Well, let me interject. So the second year I came, you spent all my money.
Sure.
Remember? Let's go to prison ministry. Let's buy all these shoes for everybody. Let's buy all these clothes for everybody. Let's buy the food for everyone. You spent $300,000 in about a week and a half, and I go.
We went to school, the orphanage school.
I can't keep spending this much money. It's too much for me. So I kept thinking to myself, there's got to be another way to do ministry other than depending on me to spend my money to help everyone. And number two, I'm not an organization. I'm just one person. I don't represent a church. I'm just myself. So that's why we tried to start a bookstore, a Christian bookstore. Go ahead. Why don't you tell me what happened?
Yeah. So the main things happen in between. Then there came a time where we decided, because you have also reminded me, we went to the old guys, the seniors. We used to go there with food. And I also remember we had some pictures where you and Lewis carrying the flour, the
food for the Kabarani? What's that called?
Kibarani.
Kibarani, that's what's it called? Dump, trash ministry.
So you did a lot.
Sorry, landfill.
You did a lot, And so time came whereby now you decided to have a bookstore. So we started that.
Tell me how the first shipment went.
The shipment was so hard. That was my first shipment. And that guy took advantage of my ignorance. He took a lot of money from me.
Are you sure it wasn't me? Was you sure it wasn't my money?
You are the one who sent the money.
God.
So the guy was taking advantage of. I didn't know anything about shipment.
Oh, but so it was your friend at church, and his name is Leonard Ware.
Yes.
W-E-R-E.
In fact, we are coming from the same home village. So I knew this guy. I knew I'm in the safe hands.
Oh yeah.
So something happened that this guy knew that I have somebody, behind me, who's supporting me. So he took advantage of that.
Have you seen him ever since?
Yeah, I don't know. So it has taken some years, but for 2-3 years before we have been meeting, because he was leaving the place I was also living.
No, so before you knew each other for a few years before the shipment. How about?
Yes.
So what happened after during when he started taking your money and then he disappeared?
Then after what I did, I just cut up the kind of friendship. I never wanted to keep.
I thought he left the church.
Yes, he left the church.
That's what. Come on.
Yeah.
Good to do.
And he knew he has got money from me, and he knew maybe when I discover this, maybe it can be,
You should kill him.
So he did it what he did. We managed to have the cargo of the shipment.
How did you convince him? Because I know there was a lot of issues because we didn't have a certificate of conformity. We didn't. We had to pay for demurrage, which means storage fees. Because after 10 days they start charging. We had it for 40 days.
That guy, after registering the ministry, I just registered like CBO. Then I took advantage.
Community-based organization.
Yes, he took advantage of, in case I want a paperwork, he charged me like 5,000, 10,000. Yeah, something small like, printing making like, how do you call these, letterhead.
Okay.
With a rubber stamp, he took like around 5,000, So I never knew anything about that. So I thought maybe that's how things are. Okay. But I came to understand this guy was just stealing from me. There's a lot he did against. So, but I thank God because we managed to have the
How did you convince them? Because we didn't have any of the documents. What did you do to get the container through?
He's the one who did everything.
So he did help at the end.
Yes, he was helping with that. With the reason of taking my money from me because
he felt guilty.
I don't think so. At the end of the day, it's a business. Yeah. So that's how Kenya live.
How much did we spend on that cargo?
It was around 700,000.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I thought it was more than that. I thought it was way more. Like
No,
1.2
No, I'm saying what the
1.2
guy
US.
took. What the
shillings.
guy took, and there are also some payments I did before, no, after, you know. So, but what he took, that was about that.
What was
Then
the
after,
total payment? I think
unless I have the documents, Gary, because I remember we had to pay the workforce. I remember the transport.
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember the container deposit,
Demurrage.
demurrage, same, those kind of things. He said that's not part of his payment. Yeah, so he did what he did, and I gave the file about his payment. Then those other things was not included.
Just want to let you know, Bubba, I had zero money in my bank account, and PayPal. You know PayPal? Negative 4,500 US dollars. Did you know you can go negative 4,500?
I thought they stopped at a certain point.
And then that was the only time I've ever asked my dad for money, and he gave me like 2,000 US dollars. So it was like zero bank account, negative 4,500 PayPal,
With a loan.
and then like some credit card, but hey, that's only because Bubbly tricked me. I'm just kidding, but I mean, it was tough for me, and it was really hard for me, and I'm sure you felt really bad too.
Yeah, of course.
So I just let you know, I don't care what anybody says. No one's ever going to accuse me of being greedy. I spent all this money to try to do something. It's difficult.
The guy lied to me. He told me about the estimate before the cargo arrived.
What did he say? Like 2,000.
Yeah, it was around
200,000.
No, it was around 300,000.
Yeah, that's fine. I can afford that.
Yeah. So later he changed his mind and said, no, this was just estimate. This is how much you should pay.
But if it makes you feel any better, Richard Gringa spent 1.5 million. Remember, he paid worse than us. Some of the other people had the same. A lot of people had the same experience.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yeah, it's not just us.
Yes, it's everybody who has done the shipments, especially for the first time. Everybody has to cry.
But But the thing
those
is,
guys, they take advantage if you're not aware of whatever is happening at the port of Mombasa. It's like, give me this money, you don't even receive the receipts. If you have to receive the receipts, they have to come from his office. But current what I understand, there are some payments I do myself to the bank and get the receipts. So I'm aware this man has paid for this and that. But if you're not aware, they take advantage. If you are supposed to pay like 100, they tell you 200. But you will not receive the general receipts. You have to receive the receipt from his office. Yeah, so they keep on lying.
All right, so you open a container. What was your initial reaction? It was a 20-foot container.
My expectation was about maybe having like 10 to 20 boxes of.
For 1.2 million shipping.
Garrett. The Bibles and all those books were so many.
I had to go pick them up mostly by myself, right?
Yeah.
It was really tiring. I had to load up. I had to beg people, like go to different churches, and I put like 20, 20 there, 20 there, 20 there, 20 there.
He solicited a lot of child labor.
And then, it was hard to get all those books. It was a lot of work, just to let you know. But anyways, I remember I think we had about 330 boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound familiar?
Yeah. Is it the time that we got the televisions inside, or maybe it was second one?
No, that was way later.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyways, we had about 330 boxes. What was your initial reaction?
Yeah, it was amazing, and it was a surprise. Everybody was not imagining that all this container, it can be the Bibles only and the other books. So I managed to offload the container at the Baptist church. I think even the amount of money that we also paid for the, remember last time when we were talking about having the store?
Yes.
Yeah, so I gave them money. We were never given that store.
No, I don't remember
Baptist,
this.
you don't remember that?
Oh, I don't. That's okay.
We built the shelves.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot we did.
I know.
Yeah, so it happens like that, and we offload the container, and it was only, let me say, that was the biggest library in Mombasa, the Christian library in Mombasa. It has never been even up to date.
You know why? Because because Kathy had a library and I wanted to beat her. YWAM had a library
The small.
and he wasn't allowed to read it, so I said, F you, I'm going to show you, I'm going to get a better library.
I remember I wanted to go there and read. They told me no, you can't.
What was the reason? That's
I don't know why, because I remember they told me I'm not the member, one of the members.
It's only for staff. By the way, are you tired in this bitch?
Has to sleep.
Yeah, you're going to sleep if you're tired.
You gotta sleep.
Let's talk tomorrow.
Okay,
Okay.
Kwaheri.
Have a
Good
good
night.
night.
Yeah, he's gonna wake up. He's gonna wake up in 6 hours, 5 hours, 4 o'clock. So
Yes.
the library, and you kind of got a little bit fight with the people at First Baptist, right? It wasn't really that successful.
After that, I think the pastor was there. He had some issues against me. He
The-
wanted to grab all the books.
You're talking about not the head pastor, like another pastor, right?
Yeah.
Not John's dad, someone
No,
else.
no, someone else.
Yeah, the one from Dubai,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yeah, he's still there today. So that guy, when he
Oh,
came from
really?
Dubai, I was still there, and he came to change his mind that he thought maybe those books belong to the church. Maybe the Christian who donated, they donated in the name of the Baptist church, and they wanted confirmation. Yeah. So I say no, and we disagree. So I was told to pack and go.
We
If
did
this
go.
book doesn't belong to the church, you pack your books and go. And I say, well,
All right.
let me think about it.
because it was all in the church.
They're all in the church. We asked for the space. We told them that we have to pay. So later they told me, you take these books here. I was given a space, and I was also planning to have a store so whereby I can be selling some of the books. So we keep the books for library and some for selling.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's fast forward a little bit, because we can go forever, because there's stories, so much to say. We jumped, the library wasn't doing as well, and I realized we need to have dual income. We got to diversify. So in the second shipment, I sent books, but I also sent 100 HP Core 2 Duos,
Yes.
towers,
Yes.
and they sold like that, and I made it, and you sold them for about 1 million, something like that. Maybe more.
No.
100 computers, yeah, maybe 1 million, like
I sold for 1 million?
maybe, yeah.
No, that's fast cargo.
1 million shilling if you're listening. Like 10,000, I think, right? You sold, and then you asked Peter to help you sell them.
I think, Gary, the first computers, they were around 30. I sold them at 35,000.
$35 each.
Oh, no, was it
That's
at
too
5,000?
little.
No,
No, these are
not
towers,
at
Bubbly.
No, was not at 5,000. I think it was around 300. 300. I don't remember. I don't remember if I had some, because I remember this first computer were not many.
No, it was 100.
Was 100?
Maybe no, apologize. I think it was, you know what? I remember now. I think it was around 200, 250 computers, and you sold them. So maybe that makes sense. Like 250, you sold each one for 4,000 to 5,000 shillings. So it was like it was like 10,000. 1 million.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that fair?
Yeah,
That sounds about right. And then, so tell me what you think about the computer business now. Now we're doing the library, and how did you feel?
Yeah, so the
having a
computers
computer?
was good business because we started well. I was looking for the market, and on that computers, there are some computers whereby they took some more days to be sold. So that's where I met Mr. Mohammed, and we started our friendship.
Right.
So Mohammed promised that wherever you bring all the computers, just take it to me, and then I give money. So that man, Mohammed was very, very honest. I bring the computers, the full 40-foot container. Then I gave it to Mohammed. Mohammed had ready market. So I've been selling those computers to other people, supplying them with those computers, and I was receiving some cash from Mr. Mohammed. I sent it back, to Garrett, and keep on looking for more computers. That's how it goes. So, I could never made some money.
How much money? How did you feel what was the first time you got a lot of money?
Garrett, I remember last time, the first time I was really worried. It's very scary with everybody.
Why?
I thought maybe, because I was thinking like,
Selling drugs. Is that what it
Not
was?
even so. I thought maybe these people can even steal the money. Then what am I going to
You
speak
talking
to
about
you?
you talking about Muhammad?
No, the other guys. You know, if somebody said, if somebody know that you have already sold the computer, you have the money, they can even play a trick. You know,
So, but how did you feel when you held that cash for the first time?
I feel rich. I feel
How much
bright.
was it? A million?
I didn't hold a million at at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much is a million to back then?
Um.
How like is that unbelievable?
Yes. In fact, that time, even right now, Garrett, someone to give a million, where will you get it? You know, and I remember last during that time, you having a million. You know,
KRA.
it's
You can get it there from taxes.
remember it's recording.
That's fine. Don't worry. I'm not very popular. Um, so a million for you. How did that? Tell me again. Like, was that unbelievable? Did you?
Yes, for the first time, you know,
Which is 10,000
making a
if you're listening.
business and you have the million on the table. You know, it was amazing, Garrett. It's like, you know,
What'd you do?
if
Did you sleep? Did
you
you
can't even sleep well because you're just thinking about.
Was it cash?
Yes, in cash.
You were worried.
Did you just look at it?
I had no M-Pesa during that time.
So where were you living back then? In
Even even Mohammed doesn't give my money like with the M-Pesa. He has to give you cash
I know,
because
Somali.
he's trying to hide. Yes,
So-
he's a Somali guy.
so. How
You
did,
know, I
what
was
did you
like
do? Did you
think-
look at it? Did you smell
All the
it?
time I was like, is this genuine or not
You
genuine?
just kept looking at it, huh?
Yeah, sure,
Did you
sure.
smell it? That's what I do. You just like look at it, you play with it. Maybe you take a picture.
Smells like a
I took
moment.
some pictures, I remember, and I was like
Did you
doubting.
throw, did
I
you
was,
throw it in the air?
I was no. I was really doubting this money that it might not be genuine. What if I go to the bank and they say it's not genuine? That'll be a big problem.
Okay, so you took that money. I know you gave it back to me. I remember. I remember it was like you sent me back like 400,000, something like that. So, I mean, so that was the first time you ever had money in your entire life. What did you do
Yes.
with it? How did you feel? What did?
In
Yeah,
fact, the first cash I received from you when I was doing the shipment for the books.
yes.
Yeah, you know, going to the bank, even though if you go to the bank, they cannot give you like kind
All
of
at once.
Yeah, so you are given like 200 or 300. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, even that 100, even that 200, Gary, you know, to me was like I was scared. You know, I think people know that I have money. The way they can even steal from me.
You thought when you walked, you thought everybody knew
Yes,
you had it.
everybody know that I have money.
You gotta walk in a circle. Like,
Sure. I was like looking behind me, who is following me.
You were
you
paranoid.
should have took a tuk-tuk. You should have took a tuk-tuk.
Even if you take a tuk-tuk, you just think like, do people follow me behind me?
So tell me about. You were happy when you got the computers. For the first time, you felt like you have some kind of influence. You were
Oh, yeah.
successful.
Oh, yes.
Before, you never felt that way.
Yeah, of course. So the computers, in fact, remember Garrett, I was like, if I have to change the computers, then I don't know life how will it be, because I thought maybe I'm going back again to.
Well, yeah, I know you're back to poverty. What was the most that you got from a single shipment container? Well, I think it was like 7 million, 6 million. Yeah, probably 6 or 7 million from one container. Is that true?
Come again?
What is the most you had from one container after you sold it?
Oh, the computers.
Yeah. What was the largest amount of money you had at one time?
I can't remember well because we had done several shipments.
Mm-hmm.
What I really remember, the first computers came with some books, I think so.
Yeah.
And I managed to sold them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and there's a guy called Ken.
I
We
know
went
he
to the
likes-
bank.
He likes Dell also. Dell
Yes.
computers.
So went to the bank and I was given the money. So after leaving the bank, that's when I was really worried, looking all over, like, does anybody know about? Because I thought maybe the guy can tell anybody that that guy has money, you know. So I was like worried over my security.
I think you sent me over 4 million wire transfer at one time.
Sure.
Yeah. So that's why I assume you had like
I remember when I
6
went
or
to
6
there
million,
is a time I went to the bank.
which is 40,000.
I remember there's a time I went to the bank and I was questioned. In fact, they wanted to call a police.
Are you talking about when I transfer you money for the renovation, or is that separate?
The first time they asked me some question about where is the source of money. Then I told them,
Mzungu, baby.
and they were not even believing that. They say no, tell us the truth because we don't know what you are doing with this money and who is really funding you.
Oh, what did you tell them?
I guess I was not even afraid. I told them okay because the bank I've been there for several years before. I was working at plastic paper bags.
Yes, you were
manufacturing.
making. I think you told me you make like 10,000 a month.
10,000 a month.
I mean, 12,000.
Yeah,
12,000.
12,000.
Yeah.
So when I was there, something happened that I told these guys that I've been here with you guys. We're working. Right now, I bring my another project. With the mission
Everyone's
from
like,
America.
everyone's like, Bubba, knows something. They're all jealous of you. They
So-
know something's up.
They asked me some questions. I told them. So when they asked me some question, I was really bold enough to answer them. I told them, you can. I give you some list of my friend in America. He's a Christian, and if you wanted me, also you know where I am, my office, during that time. So I told them, yeah, find whoever that can follow me. You can see what I'm trying to do. So they were satisfied. I was allowed to continue taking my money. And when I was transferring the money, I remember there's a time I was also given to sit down at the table. They were trying to call the police. They wanted to know where do I get this money.
Now,
Bank try to call the police.
Yes.
they think
So
you're
they told
Somali,
me-
man.
Yeah.
Or drug dealer.
Yeah. In fact, they thought maybe I'm selling something bad. So yeah.
Come on,
So
man.
tell them that I do drug ministry.
You provide the drugs, and then you pass them to leave the drugs.
So I was questioned, and I was really bold enough to tell them. I remember I lied to them. I told them this is a fundraise from other pastors. They wanted to buy things from America, and I'm the only person trusted. So I have also a friend in America whereby if I send this money, he can buy so many things there. So they said, okay. I remember even telling that I wanted to buy the computers, music computers. So they listened to me and say, okay, that's fine. We are watching you.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they love you. Now you missed the legacy. Everyone knows you, except the KRA. Except the KRA. We don't want anybody from the KRA to know Bubba.
Yeah, it's bad.
We want to be invisible.
So we did
Kenya
it.
Revenue Authority. That's if you're listening, the IRS in America. Let's fast forward then. So we learned how to do the port. We jumped from for Everett, who's listening, went from Leonard Ware, and then we went to an old guy named I forgot what his name is, and that's where you met John. But the second guy was also not great.
I've been, yeah. So the guy I met was a friend too. They are working on the same office with John.
Okay. So
Yeah.
then we did another shipment. I would use the Kenyan guy who was lying to me. And then the fourth shipment, we met John, and he was good. So we've been with John ever since. So
Yeah.
you learn how to do the shipment, you learn how to handle money,
You learned how to bribe.
and then you learn how to talk to people. And then I said to you, I don't want to sell computers anymore. Let's do gym. How did you feel?
I felt bad. I felt like my life has gone down again. I felt like I'm losing hope. I felt like, God is like maybe tired of,
I am tired. Now, listen,
when
I
something-
stayed up like days upon days driving, picking up computers, doing all this by myself, and I gave up work. I worked part-time so I could do this, and it's too much for me. But that's why I did it, because it's just not sustainable, and I was able to see that I couldn't continue that into the future. So anyways, I said, let's try gym business. What was your thoughts?
My thoughts
Before
was,
and
well, I
before,
was against the gym because I think we are in the situation whereby we may not be able to have clients in the gym, and because I only trust maybe something like food that can make people come, because everybody has to eat. So when Gary decided to change it to the fitness, I said, what?
But you didn't say anything to me. You just accepted it, all right? Did you complain to other people? You say,
No, I didn't complain, but I was trying to oppose that. I'd encourage you that please just pause for a while, but keep on thinking about the computers.
I know. I sent computer and gym equipment. I sent both.
Mm-hmm.
But so you open a container, Tell me what happened when you first
The second or which one?
the first container of gym equipment. Tell me how was your
When
reaction?
we brought the first shipment of the gym, surely to me was like we are trying to try,
You're
but
experimenting.
we don't have that kind of knowledge. I don't know how to do the marketing. I don't know where I'll get the instructor, So what I did, I had to accept. We given us enough space. Then I was the starting point. I was inquiring for other guys, And I remember
Did
when
you
we
even
started.
go to a gym before we opened up the container? Did you even go into a gym?
No, not really.
You should have probably.
Yeah.
Just so you could
So,
look.
so when Gary told me, I had nothing in my plan. So we just opened the container, we put the machine there, we arranged, and I went to one of the friends because I remember I had a friend, a neighbor, that I know is a boat builder. So I went
Who's
to.
that?
It's called Victor.
Oh, I know Victor. He drives the motorcycle. He stopped working with us.
Yes, yes.
Gotcha. He was one of the early trainers.
Yes. So that's the first person I went. I told me I don't have time for coming there. I may be in a staff, but I'll direct somebody to you.
Okay.
So he brought Nicole. So Nicole came there and we started working together. Then Sammy, the old guy, came. He was a client, but wherever he comes, he trained.
Mike and Michael.
Michael came later.
Who else
I
was
had
there?
the first person was Nicole, then Sammy. Sam used to be a client, but he also training some other
Pastor
people.
James also helped a little bit.
Pastor James came later to relieve me from the reception.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So you were loading up the equipment and people were watching you. That's what you told me. And so you didn't even think about it. And then what happened? You told me like people started calling you.
Yes, people came early and they were trying to call my phone that where are you? We are here standing. He wanted to train and go back to work. Something I never expected. So I started waking up very early in the morning.
What-
Before even 4, preparing myself because I wanted to be at 4 to open the door because guys are there at that time.
4 a.m.
Ladies are men waiting for me to open the door. But I know maybe opening the door has to be early, maybe morning, but not that kind of, that time.
It's Goggins. It's like those
So-
athletes.
So I went there
Yeah.
and they were really harsh against me.
They rebuked you even though it was your
Yes.
gym. They were yelling at you.
Yes,
Yeah, I
of
know.
course. So I tell you, we are here, we are paid, and we are here wanted to pay, and you are open this door very late. Can you employ somebody to stay inside the gym?
Sleep there.
Yes. Yes. So that's how things were. So we managed to learn more, and we started, and people paid. In fact, it was the best gym in Changamwe during that time.
Well, we started with small and then we kept adding to it.
Yes. Fewer
How-
machines, you
And
keep
how
on
did you
adding.
change the way you looked at fitness at this
I
point?
think I came to realize. In fact, I came to realize later that the future is fitness. And when we went to town, I said the the old legacy. We
Yeah.
had so many clients, and they were paying compared to Changamwe.
I don't remember. How much did you charge? 2,500?
In Changamwe,
No, the
50.
first legacy.
yes, the first legacy. The session was about 200.
And what was the month?
Monthly was 2,000.
2,000. Okay.
Yes.
So talk about, you had this idea with Mohammed, and we wanted to open a gym at Nibis Mall. Tell me about when those 340. This is the biggest. John must have been happy with his pay. The clearing agent, because we had to do 3 40-foot containers. Tell me how were you able to manage logistically transporting and organizing 3 40-foot containers worth of equipment? That must have been quite a challenge.
It was tough. And
You need cocaine bang, right?
I employed some youths, so many youths who came there.
Give me a number.
Oh, there were like 4 groups. In total, there were around either 70.
70.
Yes.
Damn.
Because the
Slaves.
machines were heavy, and some they have to be dismantled again. Carrying them was so difficult.
70 people. You were
It was
watching.
around 70 because I remember we brought guys from Likoni, from Magongo, And somewhere
Were
within
you
the
ready?
town.
Did you have to get more people, or were you ready with 70 people?
No, no. During that time that we had a work,
Yeah.
we have been telling guys, around. If you know anybody who wants to work at night, please call
So
him
how
to
many
come.
did you start with? Was it like 40, and then you had to up the number, or did you start with
The
70?
number keep on increasing because when the container came, people saw the container. They keep on calling their friends to come.
I need backup.
So the number keep on increasing. They did it for 3 container on the same night, and when it become morning, everything was done.
It was done in one night.
Yes.
One night.
40
foot containers.
Yes, everything was up.
I thought you said it took like longer than one day.
No, there are some machines that.
Oh, you left in the parking lot.
Yes, they
You
were
left in the garage.
supposed to be
3
dismantled.
by 40 feet.
3 40-foot containers.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a bitch to load that thing up.
That's more than a football field.
That's 100. No.
No, it's a third of a football field.
3 40-foot containers. We load up in all day.
You can pause a little bit. Let me go to the bathroom.
Oh, pause it. All right, go ahead, Bubby. Let's go ahead. Go ahead, Bubby. Go bathroom. Any thoughts?
Yeah, that's a lot of child labor.
Yeah.
That's incredible. He probably didn't expect it either.
Well,
That much equipment.
Bubbly should know by now that I'm used to exceeding his expectations.
Yeah. I would imagine Bubbly would have thought, oh my goodness, we can't let this equipment get stolen.
You can't steal this equipment. It's too heavy.
The dumbbells, the little stuff.
People don't even. Yeah.
Did that come with the computer, the last shipment of computers, or was that a separate?
Just a side note, real quick. Someone broke in my storage facility. They didn't take nothing because it was gym equipment. They're like, I ain't stealing that.
In here?
No, in Kenya, in America, in Laurel.
Oh, in Laurel.
They broke the lock, and a lot of people got their stuff stolen, but not mine. They're like, oh, this man.
Too heavy.
Yeah. Anything else? Did you learn anything you didn't know or thought was interesting about what he was saying, or maybe a question that you didn't get a chance to ask?
Yeah, I'm pretty curious as to his mindset as far as what does Bubbly think this will all lead to?
Right now or
Before, is he just am I just taking orders from my non-Kenyan friend?
That's a good point. Okay, yeah, it's true. At what
Or did I believe this is God-driven?
Okay, yeah, that's a good question.
Or is this capitalism finally coming to Kenya?
Yeah. That's a good question, man.
I also wanted to know, and this is probably, a resounding no, but if you ever thought about, I made all this money from selling the computers. Bye, Garrett.
Of course. So people always ask me, can you trust Bubba? I'm like, dude, he already had like 70,000 of my dollars. He could have disappeared by now.
Yeah.
So what do I care about? Sending one container of gym equipment. He could have disappeared already. So in my opinion, he passed the test.
He's extremely trustworthy, and that's extremely important.
$70,000 for a Kenyan, in my opinion, is probably the same as like 10 million for an American.
Yeah, as far as a test of trust.
No, I'm talking about in terms of the standard of living. You could probably buy,
A
like
1,000 shillings? No.
70,000 US dollars is probably like 7 million. You could probably buy like 10 houses.
Yeah. He could live indefinitely,
Yeah,
comfortably, with that much.
So good, man.
Not now. It's 1 to 145.
I know, guy.
It used to be. So back then it was 1 to
100.
100. Now it's 1 to 1.
When I first came to Kenya, it was 1 to 84.
Yeah, it's
1 to
it's
84 in 2011.
So since 2011, the
The
currency
exchange rate
was
went from 1 to 184, 1 to 84 from now to 1 to
44.
144. So
So maybe by next year it might have doubled.
I don't want that. Yeah.
But was probably stressful for you too.
Just timeline real quick. So we started the ministry, our friendship in 2011. Library started 2015. Computer started 2016.
When did it end?
Around 2019. So the gym is around, now we're like 2019.
That's when Bulldog opened up.
Yes. 2019. And let me see. So then I sent the computer. So 2019 summer, Legacy opened up in town, the first Legacy, and then summer, that was summer 2019, and then that same trip, Mohammed proposed that we move our gym to the mall, and he had. So you open up the 3 containers. So is Mohammed there helping you, or is it just you? I assume he better be there.
No, Mohammed was not helping me.
He's praying.
The first container, there were 2.
No, but the one when I had 3 in Nivas Mall, was he there?
I think I'm the one who organized for everything. Mohammed was just there looking at it.
Was he surprised? Was he like, oh my God, Garrett, you did it, or was he?
Yes, in fact, he just came to to see what you have brought.
Uh-huh.
So it was huge, and he thought maybe this one can take like 3 to 4 days. But now I organized for youths to come and take all the things.
So how hard was it for these youths? How hard did they work that one night?
It was hard, and I was not even imagining that all the machine can be taken to 3rd floor.
Yeah.
On the same night.
By stairs.
Yes, by stairs. No one was allowed to use the lift.
Or it can't even work. The lift is not strong enough.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't even put little Garrett and me on there. Remember, like, get out. Oh, that was you and me. It says too heavy when there's too many people. It won't work.
Sure.
So how hard? Yeah, tell me about that night. What do you remember?
It was so hard. They take like one machine. They can take those heavy machines.
Yeah, I know.
They were not. Some of the machines were not even dismantled.
Of course they
Too
don't.
heavy. So they were taking like 10 people.
I think these machines probably weigh about 500-600 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they take it the way it is. It was heavy, and they were making noise.
Please.
Squirming.
Screaming, crying, abusing each other.
Did anybody get hurt?
Come again?
Anybody get hurt?
Few of them.
There were some injuries.
Yeah, Indians were there. I remember Indians were there.
Did you give them food and water?
Only light food, because I told them we have like it was tea and what to eat in the morning. Mandazi.
Whatever. You need to give them a lie.
But what?
The drugs, the
No.
numb the pain. How much did you? How much did you pay each person?
I remember last day we negotiated. They wanted 3,000. I paid I think 2,000.
2,000 per person times 70, so it's like 70. It's like 140,000.
It was more because after that, the following day,
yeah,
there was some of the machines were still in the basement.
Yeah,
they were supposed to be dismantled.
Yeah.
They were too big, So we had again to hire some of the youths to come again and do that job.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So, how was the renovation? Now we're working on the renovation.
Now
how did that go?
Another thing was about renovation. It took a lot of money. When we started, then Abdul came and said, "No, we did something that is not even according how he expected."
Mm-hmm.
So we dismantled the first plan after buying all things, the tiles and other things.
You had to break down some walls, right?
Yes, and also removing all the tiles. He refused all the tiles to be there. So we paid for the tiles. We all removed all the tiles, and we planned. And now he gave us his person to plan for us.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how things were.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Any thoughts?
Yeah, I wanted to circle back on that question. Bubbly, did it ever come across your mind?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is this just a business opportunity for me? Is this God speaking through a Mzungu? Or should I just take this money from the computers and run?
I think I was really respecting and being honest. If I could be stealing, I could become rich in another way. Not like rich for, there's a kind of level of life I believe in. But now, what I wanted to have is long-term friendship. So I need to be honest. I need to make sure that I keep some funds, for Garrett. There are a lot of things I thought, and I never wanted to go back to where my life was, because it's not worthy. It's not like, if you're stealing, maybe your life will change. It may not change because, how can you steal somebody's money? Somebody keep on crying against, So that's like a curse. So I rather remain honestly and have my own life, and maybe use the whatever I've been given. That's how I need to budget my life, myself. So I did it, and people are saying like, "Oh, you need to be rich. You need to take that money. You need to do this and that." But I said no. There's no way.
Oh, there were people in your
Yes,
circle
friends
telling you
around.
to
We
just
talking
take it.
Are we talking about Bishop Robinson?
No.
I'm sorry, Bishop, if you're listening.
No. So it was like that.
So there was peer pressure for you to
Yes,
steal
there was a
that
pressure again. It's like, you guys buy the land and build your own house, buy vehicles, buy this and that. I said no. Yeah, anything that I have to get it has to belong to the government ministry, because that's the source of everything.
So
Yeah.
since the gym opened, we're just going to answer some random questions.
Mhm.
What's the hardest struggle since, starting the gym business?
Come again?
Hardest obstacle, hardest struggle.
Biggest challenge.
Oh, the challenges. When I was doing what?
That you've had from doing the gym business.
What I can say, the challenges were there, and especially having I was running the gym without skills, and among the challenges is the marketing, whereby people are coming, and I remember what we used to charge guys, the 50, 100. I mean 50 shillings. So it was literal, and you felt like at the end of the month you don't have enough money.
I know.
Yes.
We did that with Everett in accounting, Lee.
Mm-hmm.
So marketing was the hardest thing for you. Not managing people, not
Even managing people.
not renovation, not accounting.
I think the
paperwork.
first
What's the hardest thing for you overall?
when we were starting our gym, there were no renovation, very little renovation, maybe painting.
We had to build the wall for the aerobics room. Right?
Yes, I remember
panels.
that, but now it was not much like
Yeah,
here.
it's nothing. We laugh. 100,000. What is that?
Oh, I have a question. Since you were managing the gym, as a part of that experience, which is new for you, right, Bubbly? Being a manager and overseeing trainers.
Yeah.
What was it like when you started coming across complaints about your employees with sexual allegations?
I came to realize most of the trainers, they became friends to the clients, and they keep on asking for money. Some, they even seducing them.
Friends?
No, the trainers.
Clients.
Clients.
The
okay.
clients,
They
yes.
became friends though.
No, our trainers, our staff became friends to the clients, and they took advantage. It's like somebody need to be trained well, so they were telling them, you gotta give money. Some, they were asking for sex.
In exchange for what? A
Yeah,
great training
for the
session?
service. Then I'll be training you daily. Yeah. So you find like most of the ladies who are desperate, those who are fat, like their husband have been sending them to go and for fitness, and I've been told like, if you can try yourself, the time it can take like a week, it's over.
I don't know about that.
So
but,
that was a lie.
yeah.
So the trainers were like pushing them,
Were they
lying to
using
them.
religion? No, please don't tell me they were.
No. In fact, in Changamwe, there are no Muslims kind of, like in town. Even if they are not even following the Quran. Yeah. So that's how those are among the challenges. I've been getting some of the guys from, big job, others from government. They are learned guys, from universities. So the challenge was, if wasn't Garrett speaking to me daily, I don't know, because those guys, they come in the office or they come into the gym, they only speak English. Even though they are some of their Kenyans.
You tricked them, Bubbly. Say, what university did you go to?
Some asking me questions about my knowledge, where have you been schooling, So
School of Hard Knocks. School, School of Hustle, right, Bubbly?
Mm-hmm.
Hustle University.
Yeah.
That's Andrew Tate's university. Oh,
Yeah.
good, yeah.
So I learned a lot, and some they were willing even to teach me how to handle people. Making some decisions and making some judgments. Yeah. So we tried. So we had to get experience even from books. I remember God came with some books, and I was really reading them. I remember also looking for the books from the internet, from browsing. So I got more information that guided me.
What have you changed? How have you changed the way you look at yourself as you've gone through all these years from being a watchman to now being a manager and overseeing charity? How have you changed the way you look at yourself since then?
I think I've becoming busier, even though there was some complaints from my family, my wife. I've been not even helping, looking for the kids, and I've been spending more hours in the gym, and So what I came to understand that by listening to other people, I came to understand some stories, that things are happening within the families. Another thing is like I was also engaged in some of the, I call them the robbers of the steel.
The what?
Yeah, they're bad people.
Uh-huh.
There's some people are coming to the gym not just because they want fitness, but they are looking for muscles so that they can go and steal from
They're
people.
looking for what?
Muscles. No, they are training purpose to get the muscles so that they can keep
Oh,
on
they're
doing their
looking
business.
for people in the gym.
No, they came to train purposely. They want muscle
Yeah.
so that if they go out, they can even they can steal from other people.
Oh, you mean just
Or
rob?
use their muscles to
Yes,
threaten or
yes.
Wow.
Well, that's
So-
normal. We all want to beat up people, especially when we have muscles. So I'm always trying to fight.
It's different. They want to rob.
They're
people.
training. You know what you say? Are you telling me that you're training criminals at our gym
You're training thieves.
or terrorists?
Yeah, so it was among the challenges. Some police come to the gym.
Your gym is too good. Your criminals are too strong now because of your gym.
So in fact, some of the
Oh my-
police came to the gym looking for the people for the
my God.
clients.
You know what you say? If you're not strong enough to beat these criminals, you need to get a gym membership too.
Yeah, auto billing.
Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah.
You telling me that the people were training so they can rob people?
Mhm.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
That's
so
funny.
that's how gym is. We
Not
have
in
some police,
America.
some
No.
lawyers that are there.
In America, we don't go to gym. We just buy a gun. It's different.
Mm.
So how have you changed the way you look at yourself?
So I have a lot of improvements, Garrett, and the life have changed. It has been a process since I started, and how I look. Things have changed. A lot of things have changed. Even how I make some judgments. I know, working with people, cope up with them. Not everybody is good. Some they're bad, but life has to continue.
I gotta imagine you've changed the way you look at your life's purpose now, or your influence. It's
I-
got to be different completely, especially when you go back to home village. So this is Bubbly, Mr. Legacy. Give me some money.
Yeah. Even right now, people know that Bubbly is a rich person.
I know they
That's-
saw you at they saw you at Breeze Cafe.
So that's how people look at me.
Right.
Yes. Even if you have a problem in trying to explain to them that this guy is pretending. Some think like, wherever they come to me and asking for money, if I say I don't have money, they say this guy is stingy. Yeah, but you have to accept it because, at the end of the day, they have their own life. I have my own life. Yeah, sure.
Anything you learned that you found to be very valuable through all this experience?
Remember also I was pressing Gary that I have to, bring more machines and opening another gym because we created a space for community, so people are coming there. And let me say I've learned a lot, Gary. Yeah.
Any valuable lessons you can, wisdom, any wise.
Managing funds a little bit, getting somebody like me with the little knowledge that I had, trying to make things better compared to other people who are learned and they are trying to make their own things. to me, I can say, for the little I've done, I count myself like a success person because uh, if we don't do that, if I don't see that, some other gym they have already closed their gym, and there are people who have money there. So I manage, having this like all this stuff. There are 40, but I know there are more. If we combine each and every like the school, teachers and other, there are more. So they get paid, so they depend on me. Having those clients there, being in the office, they keep on knocking, like, everybody wanted to hear from you. They want to explain their problems to you. So they, even you have find that some of them, they are business people outside, they are rich, but because of you are in the office, they think that you know everything. Some they are also coming for advice, how I succeeded to be having a big gym in town. So they're becoming closer just to hear, to get the ideas, that's a kind of. So the gym has taken from the grass to grace. I mean, from down to up, and it has changed my life. The way I live like a rich person, So total things have changed over my life.
Anything you want to ask?
Yeah. So how do you, so with all this, upside, things are going well for you now, and you're still striving to improve. How have you kept your focus sharp? Because a lot of times it's really easy to say, I'm here, I'm good, I'm comfortable, and
Get lazy?
get lazy and complacent. So how do you keep at it?
Surely, may not have much words to say that, but
How do you stay motivated?
Yeah. Inspired to keep on.
yes. When I see people coming to the gym and say, this gym had made me to be like the way I am, I used to be like this, They used to be fat. Some have been using some medicine that have been told by their doctors because of the blood pressure, and I've been told that they'll be using those medicine forever. So after coming to the gym, they really come to appreciate, so it become like we are also kind of doctors, We train people. After that, they get healed, The doctor tells them now you can stop using the medicine. Their guys have been coming there because of referral. Some have stroke. So they keep on being, Abel has been doing that job, and other people too. So it has transformed the community. So it really encouraged me that it's.
Because you have a heart to serve.
Yes.
And you want to see people's lives
Yes.
transformed, so it motivates you, right?
Yes, so you can find that I had that heart, like I wanted people to be transformed, and if people are really transformed, to me it's really advantage because, at the end of the day, all the glory belongs to God. And I feel myself like I'm also serving God. I do say that serving God doesn't mean that you go to the church, standing before the people, or maybe giving out money, because even you give money to the people, remember, they depend on you, not God. They think like, you can have a solution for them, so they keep on looking at you. But now we need to tell people that they have to depend on God. Whatever you give to them doesn't mean that you're finding a solution. No, they should find a solution from God. Now, let me say this, an example like a farmer. A farmer can have a big land. He can harvest so many things. But remember, there are so many people depending on this farm produce. So a farmer is also a person who serves God because he makes fruits and other vegetables and other things for the society, not for himself. So we have made this one not for us, And even Garrett doesn't mean that he doesn't want money, but he has been patient enough.
Oh, I definitely want some.
He wants. I'm saying, because he's also serving God. That's why it's not like disturbing. Like I need this money, but he has also been understanding whatever the situation that we are passing through. But that's what I'm saying. Like when you are serving God, there are things will happen, but you need to be patient, So so many people, they are getting their target when they're coming to the fitness.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I feel the same way.
Mm-hmm.
How about let's change that. Let's change this. Questions for Lee or me. You know, we want to make a conversation, not just interviewing you, but you know, feel free to ask your thoughts, share your thoughts, or I mean questions
Mm-hmm.
for me or Lee, if you have any questions.
Oh, you want me to?
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to
Oh.
just be like interrogating you. It could be you know.
Oh, yes. Maybe you end this conversation, then we open another one. You have to give me time because you just ambushed me about, I need to question. Yes, I mean to ask some questions about.
All right, let's ask Lee. What do you think about the story? You know, as I'm part of it, like I miss. You know, how do you see it from your perspective? This journey that Bubbly and I been through, and actually, as much as he went through a journey. Of course, I went through the same. I went through my own process of ups and downs to support the gym, but that's not for me to share. But go ahead, Everett. What's your thoughts or questions? I'm sorry. What is your perspective listening to this conversation?
Yeah, as a listener tuning into this, it's an encouragement actually. You know, you're talking about two people from completely different situations, environments. One's from America, first world country. Bubbly, you being in Mombasa,
Mhm.
and coming together by His grace, you guys meeting, and both of you not knowing each other from the beginning, building that friendship. It's just so amazing, and no one could predict this friendship blossoming, and it's really important to learn too that things like you mentioned, Bowie, it can happen outside of a church building or church setting, and you're still doing God's work. And the whole mission, it's not to keep rambling, but basically reaching out and impacting others outside the traditional typical setting.
Mhm.
You said you're motivated. Just another thought. You're motivated by other people's progress. Are you motivated by other people who criticize you? And you want to say, "See, take that." Does that apply to you? And you think back, say, "Oh, those people who rejected me,"
All the people that told you
All
to
the
take
people-
the money and run.
or maybe the people who I went, or the other churches. Does that motivate you, or is that something you think about?
Yeah.
Critics.
There must be some people to criticize.
Yeah.
That I've been not taking advantage of this time, building myself, having good things in my life, and I keep on moving. Remember when I started, they said the muzungu you have may not last in your life, so you take advantage of whatever you can get from garage. You never know, maybe it can be with you for coming years.
He's a money bag. Just grab it and go.
Yeah, so I was like, let me work, let me do what I can do, but stealing, no way. I rather ask for money for my problems. If it is there, yes. If it doesn't, not given, I'll just be honest. Whatever payment I'm receiving, I'll be satisfied with that. So no matter if it won't last, if our operation won't last, that's none of my business. All the glory has to go to God because we never planned to meet garage. I never, some people, they like, searching guys, browsing for friendship, and they become friends,
Talk about Bubbly, what's it? Philip Junkie, the new Facebook friend I have. He looks just like you. Bubbly, forgot, yeah, people are pretending to be you. Go ahead.
Yeah.
They're looking for friends all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I told guys that this is a divine friendship. I have to respect it. I have to, keep on going because, there's nothing. I never thought of something having a friendship with Muzungu as people expect to be, So
I would
they
say that.
criticize,
Yeah.
but right now things have really changed, and their life is not different. We have big difference between me and them.
All right, Bubba, I would say this. I said, I asked you, how did you change? And one of the things I think is a little bit more natural for me is I always encourage you got to focus more. You less friends, less ministries. Just focus on one thing at a time and do it really well. I mean, that's something I am good at, and I think you probably struggle with that at first, but now you kind of realize I can't entertain every single person or ministry. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I remember, Garrett, you told me I had so many things, but you told me to focus on the best thing that I can. Few things that then I followed you. You know, I agreed you. That's all I did. So you told me, let's focus. If it's business, let it be business. In the ministry, we can handle like one ministry.
That's right.
Yes. So we did it, and it really changed so many things. It's better to do something like one thing or two things in a strong way, rather than having many things, but now you are weak to handle them.
Is that a cultural thing, or is that just you?
I think it's me.
Or is it me, like I'm just American? Maybe I'm just, I don't know. What?
You know, I didn't understand better how to work out things. I just thought like, you have to do so many things at a go. But now, being focused is very important. And also, this also teaches me from the Bible. When the ministry was given to us, everybody was given his own ministry. For example, like a teacher, like a pastor, like an apostle. But no one was given all these ministries at a go. So we are human beings. We can get tired. If you are doing one thing, you focus on it. You can do it with your own strength. It can be seen by people that this one is the best. So it really works, and here we are now.
Still waiting. Sign up for auto.
Yeah, it might not be all the best, but we are heading there.
No, sure.
Because it has been a transition of how we started until now.
No, I think our gym is better. We're doing what I want us to do, even though we're not making as much money as I like. I feel the foundation is there.
Yes.
So if we have the foundation and we have the formula, we can reproduce it for future success. If we get lucky one time, it's just lucky. So we need to be able to create a protocol so we know how to do it. And I think we're getting closer.
Yes.
Yeah. Only, and I'm not a business major. I had to learn from my own observation and my own experience and my own just creativity. Boy, anything else you want to say before we close, Bubbly?
I want to appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. If you could be listening to some of the critics maybe from America, it could not even help us. You are not just helping me, you are helping the community. I'm just a bridge, things are coming to my hands and I have to spread. Opening a library and being faithful, being honest, since I've not been selling those books on my own benefit. Because I've been asking myself, there's a time I was looking for better books to read, and I never found those books. But if I could be selling them, what if people are coming to looking for those books? They may not find those books there. And I never focused myself into richness, but I was like, let me build the kingdom of God. And we had this mind, we are building the kingdom of God. But no matter, as a human being, the mistake can be done on the way, but you keep on focusing on building the kingdom of God. And, you mentioned something that I was genuine. Surely, we don't have, for you to build a trust on me, it took time. And you trusted me, and I also trusted you that surely it would be very bad for me lying to Garrett. The main things are happening and he's not around. It's given so much freedom, and I should not take that advantage of. So I really appreciate you, Garrett. You made me to be somebody right now. Even when I speak to guys, people think of something as this man. If I tell guys that I'm not much educated, they think I'm lying to them. But so I'm saying you really transformed my life, and having guys around me, the workers, their life has been transformed just because of one thing. You have stand on the gap since up to date, and also decided to stand in the gap up to date. Yeah, so we expected so many people to come and stand in the gap for other people too. Yes.
All right, brother. We're finished this 1 hour and 25 minutes. Thank you. Time to go to sleep. Good night.
Thank you.